Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Allow me to begin this video by asking you a question, a very important question. Why do you think Raila Odinga lost, in quotes, in the last election, despite the fact that Raila Odinga had two important things, the deep state and the people? Why do you think Wafula Chebukati did not announce Raila Odinga as the winner in the last presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya? The truth of the matter is that Raila Odinga lost because William Ruto, who was an outsider, managed to infiltrate his team. Raila Odinga's strategic team would meet the highest, but whatever they were discussing, William Ruto was listening to them real time. That's why during the last campaign, it was normally possible for Raila Odinga and his strategy team to meet. But even before they could leave the room, Dennis Itumbi would post whatever they had discussed in that meeting. It meant, therefore, that there was nothing Raila Odinga could do which William Ruto could not counter. Strategically, that's why during that election, IBC, because William Ruto even infiltrated IBC decided to postpone the gubernatorial elections in Kakamega County and in Mombasa County. And those two counties are the reason Raila Odinga lost. Because if you look at the turnout of Mombasa was 32%. If you look at the turnout of Kakamega, again was extremely low because there was no election of the governor. I don't want to get into that for now. For now, I want to reveal to you guys something which is also happening. Edwin, Sifuna, Babu Owino, and James Orengo have formed a very powerful movement, Linda Wananchi. And those who've been following this channel, I want that if there's one thing this team needed to protect themselves against, infiltration. Yesterday, there was this photo. Let me just get my phone. There was this photo which emerged. Let me put it for you on the screen and let me zoom it. In this photo, there are several people in this photo. Again, in this photo, there are malls planted by William Ruto. And they're already playing critical role in this team. I'm coming back to this photo. Allow me to take you back a bit. Last year, there was a serious team which were calling themselves Kenya Moja. In that team, Sifuna was a key player, Babu was a key player, Anthony Kibagendi was a key player, and Gathoni wa Mushomba was a key player. In that camp, they were allegedly campaigning for Matiang'i. Unknown to them, William Ruto had planted Gathoni wa Mushomba as a mole in that team. I remember at some point I met with Matiang'i and he told me, you know, Lee, me have been in this game. I'm worried about wa Mushomba because he's with that team, but she's with that team, but she's not with me. Later on, it was proved that Gathoni wa Mushomba was actually working to mine information for Ruto. So in this team, there is Millicent Omanga. And also, there is Don Bosco Gishana. According to sources, Don Bosco Gishana, the real sister, is the first wife to Oscar Sudi. That is the link people are tying this group to. But I don't want to talk much about the specifics because I don't have the details. But I just want to talk about this infiltration. Because apart from those two, you can be rest assured that NIS has already planted moles in this camp. So I want us to talk about the infiltration and why William Ruto and why Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo, and Kalibamisi should be worried. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to also take this opportunity again to thank Ligang. You've stood with me. I know there has been a lot of storm, but one thing I salute you for, you've always stood with me on this platform because you understand that on this platform, what we do, we analyze and leave it there for the people to judge. And for this video, please, as usual, drop your comment, share the video, and also click that thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things which is going to happen here is that the secrets of this team, their modes of operations, are going to be leaked. There's a question which this team has been struggling to answer: the source of their funds. I can assure you that since this team has been infiltrated, now those information are going to come out. Who is funding them? Who are the main donors? Who are the silent supporters? Because, for example, Edwin Sifuna has been telling us that, they receive fundings from well-wishers, which is okay for any political formation. But there are those who not want their names to be revealed. They would want to just donate and go away. Now, their identity will be revealed, and some of them will be frustrated. If they are doing business with government, they'll not be paid, and the team is going to suffer. If they are planning to do certain things, now they should be worried. They will not be able. The reason why Rigathi Gachagua has been able to survive up to this stage is because Rigathi Gachagua, as much as he's been infiltrated, he has tried so hard to avoid, and anytime he suspects, he kicks you out. Rigathi Gachagua never embraced Gathoni wa Mushomba from the onset. Rigathi Gachagua then embraced Wambugu Ngunjiri. What happened the moment he realized that Wambugu was a moon? Kicked him out. People made noise, but so that's the first thing. Number two, because they're now infiltrated, the deep state, or NIS for that matter, will now control their narrative. You see, sometimes because some people on this platform don't want to listen to me, when Edwin Sifuna made the announcement that they were postponing Linda Wananchi activities after only 2 rallies because of Ramadan, hey, I knew these guys had been screwed. Someone had messed them up. Because by the time these guys held the first rally, it was Ramadan. The second rally was Ramadan. At what point did they now realize that, it was Ramadan? The truth is, someone somewhere who is part of this team was used to persuade them not to proceed with their activities. And because of that, now they have slowed it down. That momentum has gone down. In fact, they're planning to hold another meeting due on 8th, which is still Ramadan. But they're holding that as a reaction to Oburu Odinga's move. That's why sometimes when I talk of these things and some of you really don't want to listen, I get surprised. So the deep state will now start controlling their narrative. What are they saying? Which agenda are they pursuing? Moving forward. Number 3, all their plans, whatever they are planning, will be executed so well, but will never achieve the objectives. The main objective of whatever they are doing will be thwarted. For example, these guys will call for a rally in Mombasa or in Kisumu. That rally will be full. But at the end of the day, the objective, it will not achieve. That one I can assure you. Number 4, trust issues. You see, once you suspect Omanga, you suspect, according to what I'm reading, you suspect Omanga, you suspect Don Bosco Bishana, because you think they are what were Ruto. What will happen if someone genuine is dumping Ruto and wants to join the team? You know, this guy was William Ruto's friend. They fell out. Now they want to join. Suspicion. Even within this team, they'll start mistrusting each other. And the moment mistrust begin to show up, that's normally the end of moments. And that's exactly what's now going to happen moving forward. And lastly, when they least expect, this team will start experiencing defection. Defection from people people don't expect to defect. What do you think will happen tomorrow if you wake up and realize that in this Linda Wananchi, Caleb Amisi, for example, always say Anton Kibagendi has decided to defect. Yeah? What will they do? Because politics is a perceptional game. The moment those guys will outlive their usefulness there, once they've gathered enough information, now they'll start defecting. I don't know what you think. But for me, if you had to ask me, if there's one thing Babu Owino, Sifuna, Utsosi, who else, Orengo, and the group should try to be very careful about, is the infiltration. That's the single thing they must try to protect. Because if they want, they learn the hard way. The way Iran learned their hard lessons. That they were meeting, the top leadership, and then they're being hit. Now they're suspecting everybody that labda ni the betrayer, labda ni huyu. So I don't know what to think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.